everybody, my name is Eric Hopkins and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're finding me for the very first time or you are a returning viewer and have not yet done so, please click that like and subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get all the notifications about when I put up new content right here on this channel. So Hugh Jackman is in the headlines a little bit here, and he's discussing the status of his Wolverine character, whether or not he will ever appear in the MCU. So let's go over here and check out this article from the Direct. With the conclusion of Loki, the doors to Marvel's multiverse have finally been opened as the MCU enters a whole new era of storytelling. The Infinite Worlds will first be explored in What If, an animated anthology series that dives into alternate versions of the MCU characters and films through the multiverse. Both Spider-Man No Way Home and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness are expected to explore the possibilities offered by the creation of the multiverse as well. If the rumors are to be believed, the Spider-Man sequel will see the return of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's web-slingers to help Tom Holland's hero defeat threats from across the multiverse. Based on this, many have begun to wonder which other past Marvel characters from other franchises could return via the multiverse dynamic here. Naturally, most heads have turned toward Hugh Jackman, who starred as Wolverine for 17 years and appeared in 10 different projects. However, new comments from the actor seem to have confirmed his time as Wolverine is behind him, as he shot down hopes of an MCU return. Wolverine's actor Hugh Jackman recently sat down with Jake's Takes to discuss his new film Reminiscence, which will be premiering on HBO Max here before too long. During the interview, the topic of Jackman's mutant hero came up as he was asked if there was any potential storyline that could convince him to don his adamantium claws once again now that the MCU's multiverse narrative is underway. The Australian actor first clarified that there's nothing in his inbox from Marvel Studios' Kevin Feige, so a return is probably, quote, not on the table, even if he did come up with an amazing storyline idea. Jackman went on to explain that before they began shooting Logan, his last appearance in the role, he knew that, quote, this was it, which helped him to, quote, make the most of it. Sadly, the actor seems to have shut down hopes for a potential return, saying that while it's still a character he holds close to his heart, he knows it's done. The X-Men star ended on a comedic note as he asked the interviewer to please tell that to Ryan Reynolds, because Ryan Reynolds just refuses to believe that. So obviously, you know, he says he thinks Ryan Reynolds thinks he's joking. But it's good to see, at least he's, having a good time with it. Obviously, it seems like he really enjoyed his time as Wolverine. But he said on many occasions that he's done after Logan. However, there's also been times he's quoted that if there was ever an opportunity at the time when he mentioned the quote, he was still under contract with Fox and stuff like that, and he thought there would be no possible way probably that the MCU would ever be, in a place where the Wolverine character could potentially show up. But of course, Disney bought out Fox, and now we've got the multiverse, so it's conceivably possible storyline-wise that, Hugh Jackman's Logan could actually appear in the Avengers world, and he said he'd be for it at one point if it ever could happen. But that was before Logan, and he ended the storyline and all this sort of stuff. So it sounds like Hugh Jackman is putting a kibosh on those reports, and possibly it sounds like they're going to have to recast Wolverine in the MCU, which is fine as well. And Hugh Jackman has played the character for 17 some years. I mean, the dude deserves a break and deserves to retire gracefully, and the send-off they gave him in the Logan movie was absolutely fantastic. So I understand maybe not wanting to come back to risk possibly tarnishing what you did in that film as well. But there's always that possibility. So he's talking like it's not going to happen, but he says he has nothing from Kevin Feige. This is also a situation where an actor is not going to tell you if that is actually in the cards here. So there is a possibility out there, never say never, that he could just be playing coy here and be like, no, it's over, it's never going to happen. And then boom, Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness comes out, and here we have Hugh Jackman as Wolverine in the MCU, if maybe only one film or whatever it might be. But they're not going to tell you this. They're not going to come out and be like, yeah, or Hugh Jackman's like, yeah, there's a chance that's going to happen, because we've already talked about it. It's going to, it's a thing. They ain't going to tell you until they're ready to tell you. So anybody who asks any of these actors about a return or what's in the pipeline, they're only going to tell you the politically correct answer, so to speak, the PR speak when it comes to the world of Hollywood. They're not going to just spill all the beans when it's supposed to be a surprise. They're going to wait for the appropriate time, and much like the Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield stuff and the Spider-Man, No Way Home reports that are going on out there, they're not going to tell you they're in the movie until it's time. But reports are going around. Certain people have seen and heard different things. It sounds like the Spider-Man things are true. Right now, there's nothing to tell us that Hugh Jackman will or won't ever come back to the MCU. We just have to take Hugh Jackman at his word right now, and that's all we got. And he says it sounds like he's done, and rightfully so. He deserves to have a happy retirement from the Wolverine character. Well done. Thank you, Hugh Jackman, for all the memories. But could we see him again? Always a possibility. We'll just have to wait and see. The real answer here is, who knows at this point? We'll just have to wait and see. But the real question here is, guys, what do you guys think? Do you think Hugh Jackman is playing coy here? Do you think he will actually come back as Wolverine in the MCU at some point if the storyline is appropriate? Or do you think he's actually done now from playing Logan after his character met his end in that film, which was absolutely great? Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And please hit the notification bell so you get all the notifications about when I put up new content right here on this channel. And until my next video, guys, take care.